Hey guys, what's up? This is JAUNZEMIS. Today we're going to talk about a subject that I've been hearing a lot about, and it's taken me a lot of time to figure out how to explain this concept, because it's something that naturals, guys that are just naturally good with women, just do. And I'm sure that you've probably heard these guys say this phrase before, and a lot of guys just don't understand what it means, or they will think that they're lying, for example. So when we talk about you just got to tell girls what they want to hear, you know, a guy will ask me, well, isn't that lying? Like, I don't want to be a liar, you know? I want to tell the truth. I want to be genuine. So here's the deal. You've got to tell the women what they want to hear, okay? You're not lying. Or if you want to look at it from that perspective, maybe you are lying, but you're doing them a favor. Now, before I tell you what that concept actually means, what I want to talk about is the reverse. And I'm also not going to give you specific lines on how to tell them what they want. I'm not going to give you specific lines to say. I'm more so going to give you a formula so that you can improv per situation. But first of all, let's go to the reverse. Let's go to the reverse on this subject. As men, being visual creatures, we expect. We don't just want, it's more like we demand women to dress and to look certain ways, because that's what turns us on as men, okay? I want you to think about it from this perspective. If you as a man, you know, if you use this advice that I'm giving you and you end up actually getting a girlfriend and applying the techniques, snag a pair of her stiletto heels sometime and put them on. If you're not too big where the heel will break, but walk around, not just for 2 minutes, but try to keep them on for 3 fucking hours. Okay? It's unfucking comfortable, right? Okay, but we like girls to wear heels because it arches up their ass, it makes them look sexy. But from the female's perspective, those shoes are uncomfortable, okay? Now for me personally, I have a personal fetish with eye glitter, okay? If a girl can't wear eye glitter, she cannot be my girlfriend. You know, I'm not gonna go out in public with her. She needs to be wearing eye glitter. That's part of uniform of the day if the girl is, you know, my girlfriend, and that's personal. But if you think about what is eye glitter, it's broken shards of glass. Now, would you break a beer bottle and put the shards of glass all over your face? I mean, right next to your fucking eyeballs, okay? I mean, think about what they're doing for the beautification in order to turn you on as a man. Using things like eye glitter, or using things like stiletto heels, or you know, the outfits that they wear that are super tight, that they're hard to walk in. But what are they doing? They're giving you as a guy what you really want, even though that's not really them. Do you think on the weekend, a girl wakes up on a Sunday and she puts on stiletto heels to hang out around her house and watch cartoons? Okay, in real life, she's sitting around wearing her pajamas, you know? But we do certain things in order to attract the opposite sex. So now on the flip side of things, because women are visual, they're giving those visual cues to men. Whereas with women, they're more emotional. They're more attracted to a man's character and what he represents, or who he is in the public light, or his position within the social hierarchy. So she's looking for hints of stature, okay? She's looking for high status men. She's looking for guys with high social value. So women are more cued into the way that you speak. If you look at the way men look at porn, we're very visual. We want the raw dick in the pussy, dick up the ass, bukkake, just raw Gokon, dirty porn with a razor scooter dude cutting me off. So we want the raw visual. We want the tits. We want the ass in your face. That's the fuck up. We want the visual. But you don't see women so much looking at porn the way that men do. Whereas if you went to a bookstore and you walked by the romance aisle, you see the romance books, those women, they like romance books because the words create the pictures in the girl's head, and that's how it excites them. There's a lot of girls, sure, that watch YouPorn and Pornhub and things like that, but they just overall, when you're talking about the entire population, men are way more prone to watching porn because it's visual, because that's what gets us off. And women are more prone to reading a romance novel or watching more of a softcore type of porn with hints of sexuality to excite their mind. We're just wired differently, and that's all it is, and that's okay, you know. Women need to understand to respect men that we like porn, and men need to take it into consideration that not all women are gonna, you know, some guys try to get their girlfriends to watch porn with them, and girls are like, I don't want to watch that, because it just doesn't do the same thing for them as it does for men. So going back onto the main thread, telling them what they want, a girl is looking for those hints of stature. That's what excites them. Just like, you know, for me as a man, I'm looking for that eye glitter, you know, or I want to see that tight skirt, something like that, even though it may be uncomfortable to her, and that's not really her, you know. Or for example, I like, when I go out with my girl, for her to wear a tiara, a princess crown, and she doesn't have to be a princess, it's just something that I like visually, you know, or any type of headgear or earrings, or I'm into fantasy role play, dressing up in costumes. One girl that I was with, we always did like a Chinese night, and we would just go by Panda Express, but I would have her, you know, dress up in a very Asian outfit with the chopsticks in her hair and put it in the little buns. Is that really her? Is she really Chinese? No, she was a white girl. But that's what I wanted because it was turning me on. It was nice. Okay? So telling a girl what they want to hear. Think of it like this perspective. Let's say, for example, on my Plenty of Fish site, I have a picture of me skydiving, because that lets a woman know that I'm an adventurous, interesting guy, daring, bold, whatever. Or let's say that I'm in a club and I start talking to a girl, and I pull out my phone and I say, because she says, you know, what do you got going in your life? So, well, last weekend I went skydiving. So I pull out my phone and show her some pictures. Now let's imagine that she said, oh my God, like I've never skydived before. How was that? Now, in real life, skydiving is uncomfortable. You have a dude strapped to your back in tandem by 4 shackles. And when you pull the chute, the first about 5 to 12 seconds are really intense. It's like a free fall. But then after that, it's just like going down an elevator. And then when you pull the chute, the guy who's strapped on your back is, you know, 200. The guy that, when I went to the Boulder City skydiving place, this dude is like 250 pounds. And so when I pull the cord, he's actually had the chute on. I'm just attached to him. So all of his weight, where I'm basically harnessed in the groin area, all his weight pulls up on me, and it's just really fucking uncomfortable. And after a while, it's like I don't feel the free fall anymore. It's boring, and I'm just kind of ready for it to end. And I would have rather had my $200 to go out to do something a lot more interesting, but I did it for the picture to get girls. Okay, So let's imagine a girl says, oh my God, like, how is it, what is it like to skydive? Well, she's looking for an exciting answer. And if I told her the truth, if I was like, nah, it was kind of boring, then it's kind of a letdown. Then she's like, oh, okay. So you're killing the vibe. It's better for me to look her right in the eyes and go, oh my God, it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever fucking had. Like, you have to try it. Like, tell them what they want to hear. Keep the vibe going. If she asks you, like, what you do at your job, like, for example, I used to be a roadie and I worked with a lot of different bands. I've, you know, done residency tours with Guns N' Roses and Def Leppard and Motley Crue, Cyndi Lauper, all kinds of Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, everything. Like, used to be really big in that industry. And a lot of the times I was just doing roadie work, pushing boxes around or putting mics on drums and, you know, very boring stuff. But from the girl's perspective, she said, oh, how was work? Am I going to be like, oh, I pushed a box, I turned a wrench, you know, I went to coffee. Like, that's boring. That's what really happened. That's the truth. But that's not what she's looking for. What she's looking for is, oh, it was so cool. Axl Rose walked into the elevator and he was kind of pissed off. And he went up to his room and he ended up fucking smashing this plasma TV. Now she thinks, like, oh my God, he was like talking to Axl Rose and oh my gosh, this is exciting. You want to give them a story. Tell them what they want to hear. It's the same thing with, like, if you're going bungee jumping or whatever. Like, bungee jumping is pretty exciting. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but, you know, when a girl sees a picture of me bungee jumping, I went to the bungee jump at the Raging Waters or whatever. And actually, it was back when I was like 16. But you can't tell how old I look in the picture. So I put the picture of me bungee jumping from 1996. It's just a picture of me way up on the bungee cord. Like, if anything, it could be just an image from Google Images. It might not even be me, whatever. But when a girl says, you went bungee jumping? How was that? Fuck, it was the coolest shit I've ever fucking, like, oh my God, like, the feeling of just, tell them what they want to hear. Get them excited. Pump those endorphins, okay? Was skydiving really that exciting for me? No. Was bungee jumping that exciting? No. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I personally would rather be doing. But when someone asks about what was skydiving like, I'm going to give them the story. Because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for something to give them a rush of emotion. A rush of those endorphins. That dopamine rush. Like, you know. Tell the girls what they want to hear. That's what that means. Natural guys do this all the time. You embellish what you do, you know. Bring your talk up about yourself. Give them a story. Give them something interesting, you know. It doesn't have to be 100% true. Just like when the girl's walking around in sequins cocktail dresses with a fucking tiara and eye glitter and stiletto heels with spikes on them. Like, that's what I like. But that doesn't mean it's actually her. But she will do it for me. That makes sense? Because that's what I want. And what she wants is a great story. She's looking for a great, interesting guy. So give her that. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Late.